witness is Bob Mackie versus the Niagara Escarpment Commission with regards to Mackie's Mountain Archery. You will see the fiasco that a person has to go through with regards to a situation dealing with the Niagara Escarpment Commission, and how they can turn the whole situation over into a kangaroo court. I hope that you pay heed to what is going to be, what has been recorded here, and I hope you understand why the Niagara landowners and the Ontario landowners run into so many situations where government bureaucracy is becoming too powerful, and it's time we got it back to the people.
This is Al Sweeney. He's interviewing some of the landowners, John O'Neill and Gary Ott, and Paul Downey, and Bob Mackie.
17 paces? 17 yards.
We're right in front of the Niagara Escarpment Commission's head office.
And so it's Gary
Otten.
Could you spell your last name, Gary?
O-T-T-E-N.
G-A-R-R-Y?
2 R's, yes.
Okay. You're
Peterborough County Landowners Association.
Okay, and the point you want to make here?
The point I want to make is that off the website of the Georgetown office, the Niagara Escarpment Commission, their agenda is to protect the natural heritage of the area. Bob's operation is doing exactly that. It's protecting the natural heritage of the area. These people are stepping outside the bounds of their enforcement. Their enforcement is to keep that natural heritage protection. He's falling in line with that. They are more enforcing zoning upon him than they are recognizing and appreciating the heritage protection in which he's created.
Let me get a quick clip of you before you go in. Look at this map.
Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah.
Because right there it'll say the Niagara Escarpment, and it says right there.
I think they're too close. Okay, got that.
Great.
Thanks.
Here, can you zoom in on this? Can you zoom in on this? Do you get the picture? Do you understand? We won't tolerate this type of action from any bureaucracy, none whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. We have to draw the line somewhere. They're taking this guy's business and throwing him and his family out on the street. I can't tolerate. I live right down where Bob is. It's a beautiful piece of property. Have they gone and walked on it? Have they paced it? So,
Gotcha. That's great. Thanks. So, what are you hoping for here today?
Well, we're hoping for a common sense decision. I mean, they've obviously ignored every request we've made in the past to even go and have a look at our property. We supply a tremendous service for the community. It supplies me with a meager income, or it did until all this stuff started, but it's just unfortunate that it had to come to this.
Okay. And I'll talk to you afterwards, but if it goes against you and they tell you to leave, what are you going to do?
We're going to keep operating, and the fellows that are here to support me today are going to continue to support me. We have no choice. That's my property. The NEC has taken away my basic property rights to enjoy my property.
Thanks. Okay, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this situation that Bob's facing?
Well, it's an appalling situation. The Niagara Escarpment Commission, through their plan, the only provincial plan in Ontario, is stealing Bob Mackie's property rights, the right for him to use, enjoy, and profit from his private property. He's doing nothing that is environmentally unfriendly. He's got a very passive business that is a very appropriate use of the land that he has.
Okay. So what are you going to be telling the Escarpment Commission today when you talk to them?
We're going to tell them that the community supports Bob, at all levels of politics, his member of parliament, his member of provincial parliament, the municipality of the town of Lincoln, support him, all the community groups that use his service, and especially the Ontario Landowners Association. Today we're here with 100 members across the province of Ontario to express our strong support for Bob's use of his private property.
And what if the Niagara Escarpment Commission rules against it?
If the Niagara Escarpment Commission rules against Bob, Bob will continue to use his property to provide the good service to the community and customers that he serves. They will continue to support him by using his service. The Ontario Landowners Association will stand with Bob and continue to support him strongly for each and every day that he continues in business, and we expect that will be hundreds, if not thousands, of days.
Thank you very much, Jack.
Okay? We'll try to get you in there. So we're here today to help Bob Mackie and his archery range try to survive a wrongful decision that's about to be made, we feel, by the Niagara Escarpment Commission at 1:30 today. Bob, as you know, has a 9-acre property at Beamsville where he's been running an archery business, an archery training business, and that is his business. So he charges people for the service he has to offer, and it's a service that the community values and would like to continue to have. They're saying that his use of his property is not consistent with the Niagara Escarpment Plan, the only provincial plan in Ontario. It's a very heavy-handed plan, and the decision they're about today is very wrong. They're going to be taking Bob's property rights away from him, depriving him of the ability to use, enjoy, and profit from his property in a very passive, environmentally friendly way. Our archery range is a very inoffensive, quiet, environmentally friendly type of business. He has planted a lot of trees on his property, and he has a neighbor who has taken exception to what he's doing, and we believe this neighbor is the source of the problem. And the Niagara Escarpment has chosen to listen to him. We're going to be going into the office at 1:30 to speak. There will be 4 or 5 of us speak in support of Bob, and including Bob and myself and 2 or 3 other people. Herb Schnick, you got your name on the list, and Dave Horton here, wherever Dave is at, right here. And we're going to be doing the best we can to show the support of the Ontario Landowners Association from across the province, from all the community groups that are represented here today, Boy Scouts, Beavers, brain injured people. There's a ministry, Archery in Ministry, I think it's called, Archers in Ministry, as well as schools. So it is very obviously a wrong thing that's about to happen to Bob here today, or we anticipate, and we're going to be leaning on the Commission as hard as we can to change their mind and get them to do what is right. And that is what we say at the Ontario Landowners Association, is that we do what is right. And we're going to ask and demand that the Niagara Escarpment today does what is right. And that is vote in support of Bob Mackie. So at this point in time, I'm going to ask Bob to say a few words. So here's Bob Mackie.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and support. We do have a tremendous following. Everything we do is right in line with the Niagara Escarpment's plan. Reforesting our property and supplying a service for the community, a very valuable service for some of the handicapped, the school students, and just the general public for recreation. And with the small business that I do run out of my house, I'm able to put some groceries on the table, or at least I hope to do that in the future. It's amazing that these government regulatory bodies don't even speak to one another. The Niagara Escarpment Commission has refused to acknowledge what we do, the benefit to the property, to the environment, or the service we provide for the community. We have dozens and dozens and dozens of government employees that use our range. We have people from DFO, we have people from Ministry of Transportation, we have people from the OPP, the Niagara Regional Police, people from healthcare services.
Farmers?
Pardon me?
Farmers?
Farmers, yeah, farmers, and When they get a chance to come out of the fields, they usually come over for some recreation and bring their kids. We have a junior development program where we had 70 kids out last year from 4 years old to 18. And these kids competed throughout Ontario. We had some 6-year-olds that won all Ontario in a program called the Male Match Program. So this is all pluses for the community. And these people that sit on the commission, the only one that's ever set foot on my property is the planner. And if what they say on their website, in the legislation, on their road signs, they call this a world biosphere. And if that is true, what in the world is a planner involved in these dealings here? People on the commission are the ones that have the credentials, and they've never set foot on my property. If they did, they were trespassing, because I'm there all the time.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Bob. I think a lot of us are getting a little tired, a little weary of running across this province trying to protect the rights of our lands. I think for the next 4 years, we're going to spend quite a bit of our time, and that's what government wants us to do, take us away from our jobs and dividing us and conquering us. And we've got agricultural people fighting for their rights. We've got Bob Mackie fighting for his rights. We've got several other groups fighting for their rights. And the one thing that I want to bring to everyone's attention is the fact that when they develop these boards and that you sit on as a commission like the Niagara Commission, there are no landowners that sit on these boards. They're hand-picked. They're weighed in the favor of their own agendas, and I'll bring to your attention that we're to protect the natural heritage in our green belts, but yet Lafarge sits on this board, and I don't think there's any industry that brings more of a detriment to a green belt than agriculture, our aggregate extraction. When we look at planting seeds for agriculture, I think we have to look at Bob and say, yeah, he planted seeds of enjoyment, and now he's harvesting those seeds, and the natural heritage is what the Niagara Escarpment Commission is supposed to be protecting, and he's certainly falling into that category of natural heritage. So I guess what we have to ask is, are they truly protecting the natural heritage for the public good? And if they are, why do they not let Bob harvest the plantings that he has given to the public? Because it is for the public use is what this Niagara Escarpment and the Greenbelt is all about. The public is enjoying the benefits of his industry, and yet they want to force him out of business to allow, I guess, whatever suits their agenda or whatever their special use is. And it seems to us that there are more corporations that benefit from this than there is private landowners. Thank you.
I guess that the thing that started the ball rolling was 2 telephone calls I got from neighbors of Bob's, requesting my sympathy in their cause. And what they said on the phone and what I found when I visited his place was highly inaccurate. At the same time, I called on Bob. Being the director of OFA for 25 years, I went to our district rep in Smithville, and I said, Henry, I want you to go down and look Bob's problem over and see if we can get OFA on side. I told Bob that he would come. It went on 10 days or 2 weeks, and he never showed up. I went back in his office, and he had more darn reason why he shouldn't go out to Bob's and you can throw a stick at him. That's when the telephone calls started going down to Alexandria, and that's why the landowners are there. And this is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. I hope the common sense prevails.
Thank you.
From the brain injury community reentry.
I just want to say on behalf of our clients who go out every Wednesday to Mackie's for archery, that it'd be a travesty for them not to be able to go out there. Not only does Bob provide all the equipment at a low cost or no cost at all if they can't afford it, but it improves their social skills, their hand-eye coordination. It's a very therapeutic activity for our clients to take part in. And I know they truly enjoy it, and they get to see how much they improve while they're out there. So not only from when we started 11 months ago, some of our clients have not only proceeded and gone beyond their expectations, they've gotten to the point where they've purchased their own bows and their own equipment because that's how much they enjoy it. So we're here to support Bob and keep things running for our guys as well. Thanks.
Well, my name's John O'Neill. I joined the Niagara Landowners Association when it was first created, and we're here to do something about this. We're not going to sit down and tolerate this anymore. More and more people, from what I've seen in the meetings that I've been at, are definitely in trouble with all sorts of bureaucracy. Who can put up with this? I can't put up with it. I rely on landowners like yourselves to get the job done. And that's what we're here to do today. Bob, you got my 110% support. You always will in this effort, no matter what. Yeah! Yeah! And I'll tell you, thank you! And I'll tell you, we are going to put this kind of stuff to rest. We're not going to tolerate it. We got to get together. I'll never stop. We'll never stop. We'll keep going. We'll struggle through this thing one step at a time. Every single property owner has an issue. We're going to deal with it on a one-on-one basis, one at a time, until we get through this 110%. We cannot tolerate this. That's why we're going to go in there and we're going to show them. Now that is the way I feel about it. And that's the way we should all feel about it.
Hi, I just want to say that we're here not in large quantities. I have to go right back to work. I only whipped over here from the courthouse and here to show a little bit of support. My husband's going to stay, but we feel that this is a perfect thing that Mr. Mackie is running, perfect use for land, especially land that's not perfect land to farm on, and what a great thing to be giving to the community. And I think it's totally inappropriate that the NEC, is fighting against him doing what is good for both the community and the land. He's doing reforestation and everything, and I cannot see a good reason to fight this, or I can see our good reason to fight in support of Bob. I do not see an appropriate reason for the NEC to fight against Bob. So I wish everybody luck this afternoon. I wish I could stay, but Jim will stay.
Sorry.
I'm the president of Dufferin County Association, and we've been doing a lot of listening and saying that we cannot do nothing against the government because they're always right. Well, Bob Mackie is one of the guys that's going to help us prove by standing up and getting together with a big group, we can do something.
Introduce yourself. I'm a private citizen. I'm new to the community of Beamsville. I'm here to support Bob Mackie in his endeavors to bring on, I think, what's only right in that appropriate use of the land as the NEC hopefully dictated the land going back to the more natural causes. Bob's planting 3,000 trees out there. Who else? Everybody else wants to cut the trees down. He wants to plant them. And it's a good use for the municipality, for the community in general. Thank you.
Okay.
It's Dave Honey. I'm the president of the Niagara Landowners Association. Bob's my vice president and treasurer and everything else. He does all the talking for me usually. And I just want to say to the Niagara Escarpment Commission that if things do go sour today,
that our fight doesn't stop here. We will continue and we will keep on the pressure with the Niagara Escarpment Commission. And if their pressure increases, our pressure is going to double. So I hope they understand this. This is not a democratic process that is here. The chair of the Niagara Escarpment Commission is appointed. There is no democratic system within their rooms. And it should be made public that we want the power back into the hands of the people. The stewards of the land, the people that own the land, the farmers, the landowners are the best people to look after the land. They're the ones that have to live with it 24 hours a day. Why would we destroy it? And the public has to get behind us and let us, and help us through this. So Bob, we're behind you 110% and we're going to stay there. All the best to you.
Thank you, Dave.
They're the stewards of the land, and I think in the future, well, actually what frosts my pickle here is that you get political appointees making decisions not because of what they know or what they've done, because they certainly haven't gone and inspected this property. I went for the first time and saw for myself. It's a pristine use of this land. He's got an indoor range. There's no danger to anyone walking the property. He's got trees that he's put in. So in fact, he's reclaiming the land for forest for what the natural state was, and he's actually training people on how to properly shoot bows and arrows, and he's training a number of people. I'm going to start using his facility. That's my decision today, and that's what really frosts my pickle. The people that are up here making decisions, it's not a democratic system, it's political appointees that are chosen not for what they know or for what they're doing in this job, but for what they did as political hacks. Thank you.
Okay.
How are you doing, Jack?
Okay, just 1 second.
Come on in, Bill.
Jack, get in there. Okay, come on, Jack. Split the arrow.
You do it with the other hand so you can see your shirt.
I don't know what to do here now.